The following is a special presentation of Extreme eSpeed TV, your new home for everything iRacing and eSpeed.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Lucas Oil Speedway as we have our Salty Dogs Racing Midget Division here coming at you here tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Travis Piercefield, as always, with Extreme eSpeed TV, and we are as we get going here, we'll take a look at those Sim Racer Hub point standings. Of course, as our summer season coming to a close here. And the standings here for the midgets: Brandon Templeton's your point leader, 4 wins. Patrick Spangler in second, 0 wins in the summer. Steven Spees third with 2 wins. Jack Hitt fourth with 1 win. And Jeffrey Barker currently in fifth with 0 wins as well. Also picking up wins this year in the midgets: Randy Shreves with 1, Blake Chapman with 4. And with that, we will get ready for our first heat race. Of course, heat race number 1 presented by Flatline Racing Bodies. We'll take a look at that starting lineup. As our graphics having a bit of an issue tonight here. Your starting lineup is going to be Brandon Dittmer, Jack Hitt, row number 1. Row number 2, Joseph Grandy alongside John Krupa. John Rayner Jr. next to Connor Ross, and then Patrick Spangler alongside Pat Boyce. There's your starting lineup. 8 laps will get us going as we get ready to go here. Dittmer and Hit on row number 1. Getting our Sunday night showdown action started. So Dittmer and Hit get ready to go. 8 laps here in Flatline Racing Buddies heat race number 1. Grandy here moving forward. He'll take over the lead in that Mobile 1 machine by the time they exit turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Dittmer in second, Hit back to third. As Grandy checks out, you've got Dittmer and Hit side by side for that second spot. You saw Spangler was up there for a moment. He's falling back to that 6th spot as Dittmer will get into that outside wall down the front stretch. 6 laps to go. It's still Joseph Grandy out front. Ooh! That's Connor Ross goes up and over the tire on the inside of turn number 1. Or I'm sorry, 2. As they get straightened out, Patrick Spangler to the inside of Krupa there for a position. As they get it sorted, it's still Joseph Grandy out front, coming through 3 and 4. It'll be halfway, 4 laps to go this time by. Joseph Grandy, 3 laps to go as it's Hit, Dittmer behind him. Getting it sorted out here. Krupa back in 4th, John Rayner into 5th, Patrick Spangler 6th, and then Pat Boyce running out the field. It's Connor Ross still in the pit area as we have 2 laps to go. He got into that tire right there in turn number 2. Grandy will make his way around. White flag will wave this time by. Joseph Grandy will take home the checkered flag in Flatline Racing Buddies heat race number 1. Jack Hit 2nd, Dittmer 3rd, Krupa 4th, and Rayner, Pat Boyce will end up in 5th. And now they'll get gridded for heat race number 2. Of course, heat race number 2 presented by Langton Mechanical. It's Stephen Bixler, Steven Spees, row number 1. Brandon Templeton in 3rd next to Terry Landis. Daniel Vaught and Jeff Barker. And running out the 8-car field will be Jeffrey Kemper alongside Steve Maurer. As we get ready to go back to green, Steven Speed, Stephen Bixler. Row number 1, 8 more laps here in Langton Mechanical heat race number 2. And we are back to racing action. Good move by Templeton. Spees make contact. Bixler makes contact. They'll get checked up as they fall back to the rear. Big wreck on the backstretch as they made moves for the lead there early. And it's going to be Terry Landis coming away leading lap number 1. We've got Barker in second, Bixler in third, Kemper fourth. So Daniel Vaught, Steve Maurer into the work area here very quickly. Steven Spees, Brandon Templeton get going back the right way. As they made a move off of turn number 2, trying to make something work. As Terry Landis continues the lead, trying to hold off Barker to the inside. 5 laps to go. Good run for Barker down the backstretch. He'll have the advantage going off into turn number 3. He's down to the inside. Landis has that outside momentum. It is going to be Barker at the line there with 4 laps to go. Barker continues to lead, down to 3 laps to go. He's able to separate from Landis now. We'll ride along with Jeff Barker as he makes a lap around this Lucas Oil Speedway. Comes out of turn number 4, white flag waves. You can see Landis still behind him. You have the Vaught machine up ahead, as it will not be an issue from either side here. Barker makes his way through, 3 and 4 for the final time. And Langton Mechanical heat race number 2 goes to Jeff Barker. Landis second, Bixler third, Kemper in fourth. And just like that, our heat races will come to a close. As we had 8 cars, so Jeff Barker will start outside of row number 1. And with that, we'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will have our feature lineup presented by Catalytic Recovery right after this quick Oshwegan Speedway intermission.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olson? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Speedway as we get ready for this Salty Dog Racing Midget Division here from Lucas Oil Speedway. First up, we have that feature starting lineup presented by Catalytic Recovery. Row number 1 is Joseph Grandy next to Jeff Barker. Jack Hitt and Terry Landis, row number 2. Row number 3 is Brandon Dittmer alongside Steven Bixler. 7th, John Krupa next to Jeffrey Kemper. Rounding out your top 10, it's Pat Boyce alongside Steven Spees. Starting 11th, John Rayner Jr. next to Brandon Templeton. Patrick Spangler 13th next to Daniel Vaught. And rounding out the field, it's Connor Ross alongside Steve Maurer. So 30 laps will make up this feature event here at Lucas Oil Speedway. As Grandy drove to earn the pole position with a dominating heat performance. Same with Barker. Barker was able to get by Landis. Of course, Templeton, Spees, Spangler, some others got caught up in an incident for that one. As that Stephen King Foundation pace truck dives on off of turn number 2. They'll make their way down the back stretch. Two by two, they come down the front stretch here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Green flag waves. And there's an incident in the back. Looked like Pat Boyce drove straight left. And with that, we'll have our first Team Watson caution of the night. And we'll get them lined back up to go back to green. So we'll get lined back up as they get back behind that Stephen King Foundation. Lights are still on, so we'll go at least one more lap around. The Stephen King Foundation pace truck dives on off. We'll try this again. 30 laps here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Joseph Grandy, Jeff Barker on row number 1. Mission 22 restart. Set Lucy Olson green flag waves, and we're back to racing here through 1 and 2. Grandy, a good corner there as he separates from the rest of the field. Behind him, a big group of cars here, 4 of them battling side by side, 2 by 2. Slight contact there for Barker and Hitt as they'll keep it going straight now. As Hitt's able to separate, Barker now falls back to this next group of cars here. So we've got about most of the field all right here near each other. Oh, and we're watching Dittmer go up and over. He'll stay going as the caution flag will come out for the second time. as they follow that Stephen King Foundation pace truck under this second Team Watson caution. They'll get lined back up 2 by 2. This feature, of course, 30 laps here at Lucas Oil Speedway tonight. Make sure you stick around after this midgets. We'll take a break, and then we'll have our Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model Division. They're at I-55 tonight. As another Lucy Olsen green flag will wave, and we are back to racing here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Caution flag will wave. Looks like Pat Boy Steve Maurer. See both of them get going again. And we'll wait to go back to green again here, 5 laps in. So it's still Joseph Grandy out front. Jack Hitt second, Barker third, Landis fourth, Spangler in fifth. As the pace truck will leave, we'll do a single file restart, this third Mission 22 restart. As we're 5 laps in, try to get a chunk of this race in here under green. Green flag waves, and we're back to racing action. Grandy, a good jump out front there, obviously is the control car. Jack Hitt under pressure from Jeff Barker behind him. Patrick Spangler, Terry Landis there as well. They were 3 wide there for a moment. Landis has Barker in front of him. Spangler down to the inside. Spangler will hold on to that third spot. Even though we've had some caution flags here, Spangler already up 10 spots into that third place behind Jack Hitt and Joseph Grandy. Now Patrick Spangler trying to chase down Jack Hitt. To the inside, he will make the move. He'll take over that second spot. Now he's got that 518 up ahead of him, and he's got his sight set on him. Spangler yet to win in the midget this summer yet. He is second in points behind Brandon Templeton. Brandon Templeton up 6 spots to the 6th position currently. As the caution flag will wave, looks like Jeffrey Kemper involved. You see him stuck there as he gets back going. As Dittmer is also in the pits, he had an incident there as well. And our 4th caution comes out with 20 laps to go. So the Stephen King Foundation pace truck's off. We'll have 28 laps to go when we go back to green. It's still Joseph Grandy, but he's now got Patrick Spangler in second, up 11 spots. He's our hard charger as of right now. Green flag wave. Joseph Grandy will go. They'll check up behind him. He and Patrick Spangler are able to break away here as we go back to green. Caution flag will come out. Spangler was able to get in front. We'll see if he'll stick there. As it looks like he will, Spangler will take over the lead, as it was Bixler and Vaughn that looked like were in that latest incident. So, with 19 laps to go, we'll have another Mission 22 restart here after we get through this Team Watson caution. As it's now Patrick Spangler, Grandy. We'll let them cycle through as that Stephen King Foundation pace truck pulls on off. Templeton also up to 6th. Of course, he's got some wins and the points lead this year. And we go back to racing. Patrick Spangler out front, 18 more laps to go here. Grandy second, Hit third, Landis fourth, Barker in fifth. So Spangler able to separate here early. So Patrick Spangler able to separate here early. So Templeton has fallen back to 10th as we think of those point standings. And championship week, Patrick Spangler in the second spot. Of course, he is second in points as well, or he's second in points, first in the running order right now. Templeton running back in 10th. So 14 laps to go, 13 laps to go this time. Patrick Spangler leads, Grandy in second, Jack Hitt in third. Caution flag will wave. Is John Rayner Jr. involved in this one? You see him back going the right way as we get ready to go. So we'll get it cycled around again. as we get ready to get into that 10 lap window. As they will get set to go. Patrick Spangler leads us, 11 laps to go. As Templeton runs now in 8th, Spangler to the front. Grandy 2nd, Hit 3rd, Barker 4th, Landis in 5th. Be 9 laps to go this time by. And as they run right now, caution flag will wave as Templeton in a incident there, not what he wants to see here in his final race of the season as he goes towards a championship. So we'll slow it down. We're down to single digits, only 9 laps to go. Patrick Spangler leads. Grandy, Hit, Barker, Landis is your top 5. Points leader Templeton is down in 9th currently. Looking at the point situation, Templeton came in with a 52-point lead. So he should be able to come away with a victory and a championship here tonight. Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Steven Spies should have that one pretty much wrapped up there. 73-point lead for Steven Spies in that Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model division. But before we get there, we've got the Salty Dogs Midget division here going as our championship week starts off here tonight on Sunday Night Showdown. Spangler to the front here as he's able to separate with that Lucy Olsen green flag. Joseph Grandy under attack by Hit and Barker. Now Barker moves to the inside of Hit. He's trying to take over that 3rd spot. As the front 4 bunch up on the exit of turn number 4, it's still Spangler out front. Grandy able to hold on to that 2nd position. Jack Hitt closes up on that 518. Right up to his bumper there through 1 and 2. Unable to make a move yet. It's still Patrick Spangler out front. As he continues to go here, we'll ride along with Jack Hitt. He rides in the 3rd spot. As you see, Spangler now has Grandy to the outside. Great battle for the lead. We'll go back to that racing action here as the caution flag will wave. It looks like Terry Landis as he pulls off into the pit area. As 4 laps to go, and Spangler was under attack. We hopped aboard the Jack Hitt machine, and up ahead you saw Grandy make a move to the outside as that caution flag comes out. How's it? And we have Spangler now trying to hold on like he has here as of the last 20 or so laps once he got that lead. as he's behind that Stephen King Foundation pace car, trying to hold off Grandy, trying to hold off Hit. Barker made a run as well. So Grandy and Barker both had runs that were stifled by that caution flag. Our 8th of the night as that Stephen King Foundation pace truck dives on off. And this Team Watson caution will come to an end with a Mission 22 restart and that Lucy Olsen green flag. Green flag waves as Spangler will take us back to green. He'll separate from Grandy on the green flag here. Hit now under attack. Ooh, Barker gets into that inside tire in turns number 1 and 2. That'll give Ross and Spees the top 5. Spees up to the top 5 after he had that incident in his heat race, as now Grandy's looking to make a move on Spangler for the lead. White flag will wave this time by. Grandy's going to have a chance as he's to the rear of that 39 machine. Spangler goes to the inside. Grandy goes to the outside. They'll come off of turn number 2 as Grandy's trying to make a move for the lead. They'll crisscross as they go into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Spangler, your winner. Grandy second, Hit third. Brandon Templeton makes up major ground, ends up 7th. He should be your champion here for this midget division this summer. And just like that, we will talk to those top 3 finishers, Spangler, Grandy, and Hit. And we'll throw it down first. We've got our second place finisher, Joseph Grandy. Joseph, a few cautions mixed in there, but those last 2 green flag runs, you definitely had a fast car and a chance to go at Spangler.
Yeah, I kind of got bad time cautions there, but congrats to Patrick, and I think it's my first time running these things this season, so I'll take a second.
Well, a great run at that. Kind of walk us through there. We'd seen the cautions kind of go down as the season went on. A few here tonight. How did that affect your movement up towards the front?
It affected a lot. I'm purely rhythm, so those cautions there and restarts, I get kind of excited going into turn 1, and I kind of threw it in a little too hard, and that's how Patrick got under me, and I need a few laps to get my rhythm, and the cautions, spoil that.
Well, a great run here tonight. You'll come home second. Any sponsors you want to thank for this summer midget season?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West End Tone and Repair, all the guys over at Inferno Motorsports, and girlfriend Olivia. Appreciate you for doing the broadcast coast to coast, all their sponsors, and all the guys behind the scenes that make the league run.
Well, thank you, Joseph. We'll talk to you again soon, and great job this summer.
Thanks.
That's Joseph Grandy, our second place finisher. We'll now throw it down to Extreme East Speed TV Victory Lane, where we have tonight's winner. It's Patrick Spangler. Patrick, some cautions in there. Once you got to the front, though, a fast car, but Joseph definitely didn't make it easy on you those last handful of laps.
Yeah, I could hear him coming, and then I had to overcorrect on, I think, with like 5 to go right before the last caution came out. And I saw him come beside me, so I knew the top had to be coming in, and I know at least in the 360 sprints, it is the bottom 1 and 2, and then top 3 and 4 is usually the quickest. So started moving to that, and then I was able to hang on for the win there.
Especially with these midgets, when there's cautions like that, how does the rhythm come into play with these midget cars compared to some of the others that we see here on Coast to Coast Racing League?
I think this one at Lucas Oil, I think it's mainly the track because you have to get in rhythm with not hitting those infield tractor tires. So if you get out of rhythm and then you mess up one entry into turn 1, that can ruin your race. So I put in the hard work in the heat race, hitting them in further into the infield, and worked out for me in the feature.
Well, you wait till the last week to pick up a victory here in the midget for the summer. It looks like you might come up just short of Templeton for the point standings. How do you wrap up your summer season here in the midget?
I'm just guy needed to be more consistent. So had a couple bad races. Good season though. Can't complain. And hopefully we'll carry it into next season.
Well, great run, great win here tonight, Patrick. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just you for the awesome broadcast each week. Roger for running the league and everything he does. Dude Sim Designs for the wrap there. Dan Uncle back home watching. And Training Wheels Racing.
Well, congratulations, Patrick. That is your winner here from Lucas Oil Speedway in the midget, Patrick Spangler. So Patrick Spangler will win the Salty Dogs midget division here. You see the final rundown for our results here in the midgets. Patrick Spangler, Joseph Grandy, Jack Hitt, your top 3. Fourth, Connor Ross, Steven Spees, 2 guys that made up some major ground there. Brandon Templeton ends up 6th. So he will be your summer champion here in the midget. Daniel Vaught, 7th. Stephen Bixler, 8th. Jeff Barker in 9th. 10th, John Rayner Jr., Pat Boyce, Steve Maurer, Terry Landis, Jeffrey Kemper, Brandon Dittmer, and John Krupa. And with that, we will take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model Division as you're watching all of this action here tonight, Sunday Night Showdown, on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clint Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on G-Force TV.
Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
Welcome back to the Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model Division here as we get ready to go. Here from Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 as we have Flatline Racing Bodies Heat Race number 1 out on the track. Brandon Dittmer, Jeff Kemper, row number 1. Kurt Schatzer, Pat Boyce, row number 2. And row number 3 is going to be Brandon Templeton and Jeff Barker. As we get ready to go. As they get ready to go, Dittmer and Kemper. Green flag waves here at Federated Auto Parts at I-55. Through 1 and 2 as we work on getting those graphics loaded for you there. Ooh, big run for Kemper out of turn number 4. He'll take over the lead. Now it's Schatzer to the inside of Dittmer. Dittmer gets a little out of shape. That'll give second to Schatzer as now it's Pat Boyce trying to make a move on Dittmer. The 31 of Templeton already moves on past. As it's Jeffrey Kemper out front. He's got Schatzer all over the back of him. Dittmer will make his way to the pits. As we've got racing action up front here. Templeton into third. Schatzer to the inside of Kemper there. As we've got 2 laps to go, they're side by side for the lead. Templeton trying to join. White flag will wave here as it's Kemper, Schatzer side by side. Through 3 and 4 for the final time at the line here in heat race number 1. It will be Kemper just over Schatzer. Third will be Brandon Templeton. And with that, we will move on to Langton Mechanical heat race number 2. As we work on getting our graphics up and running. As row number 1 will be Steven Spies, Patrick Spangler, Andy Piercefield in row number 2 alongside Greg Parmalee, Gary Offit, and Stephen Bixler. As it looks like it's only Spies, Spangler, and Piercefield here gridding for this one. So 8 more laps to go. As we get ready to go back to racing action. Green flag waves. Spangler, Spies side by side as they head off into turn number 1. A 3-car field here in Langton Mechanical heat race number 2. course, as we mentioned, Steven Spies has this championship wrapped up here. He's got 6 wins here during the summer season. As they continue to race side by side up front, Spangler trying to make a move to the inside, unable to make anything happen as of yet. Five, 6 laps down, 2 laps to go here. Steven Spies is your leader. White flag will wave this time by. It's Spies at the line just in front of Patrick Spangler. They'll say side by side down the back stretch through 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Steven Spies, Spangler second, Andy Piercefield in third. So just like that, 2 heat races down, and we will go off into our Ashweekend Speedway intermission. We'll take a quick commercial break while we're away. We'll have our technical team try to get that graphics up for our feature event. That you're watching the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
How about the reverse for Lucy Olsen? She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olsen, talented sophomore.
As we come back to Federated Auto Parts at I-55, we will get ready for that feature event as they get gridded on the front stretch here. And it looks like we'll have to go old school with no graphics here for this feature event. So 30 laps here for our catalytic recovery starting lineup. It's Jeffrey Kemper next to Steven Spies in row number 1. Row number 2, Kurt Schatzer next to Patrick Spangler. Row number 3, Brandon Templeton alongside Andy Piercefield. Row number 4, Jeff Barker. 5, Pat Boyce. And row 6, Brandon Dittmer. Greg Parmalee, Gary Offit, and Steven Bixler not gridding here, as they did not for their heat race either. So 30 laps will make up this feature event. So 2x2, that Stephen King Foundation pace car is off. Green flag waves as it's Kemper and Steven Spies to the front. Spies under attack from Schatzer and Spangler behind him. Nothing going there yet as it's still Kemper out front. Kemper continues to lead here as we're 2 laps in. Spies to the inside. Behind him you've got Schatzer and Patrick Spangler side by side for that 3rd position. As that Brandon Templeton watching on with Schatzer. Andy Piercefield running 6th, Barker into 7th. Up front, it's still Steven Spies, your champion for the summer, as Kemper's in 2nd. Spangler, Schatzer, and Templeton there, top 5. Back in 6th, Andy Piercefield's under attack from Jeff Barker as he tries to hold on for that position. As now Spangler still has Templeton to his inside. Schatzer into that wall there through 1 and 2. This time by will be 6 laps down, 24 laps to go. So Steven Spies continues to lead as he's nose to tail with Kemper, Spangler, and Schatzer. You've got Templeton down to the inside, currently running in the 4th spot. Andy Piercefield running in 6th as he holds off Jeff Barker. 8 laps down. We've got 22 to go here at Federated Auto Parts at I-55. Spies continues to lead there as you see the front 5 now nose to tail. You got Andy Piercefield leading that next group. He's in the 6th position. He's had 3 top 10s in the last 4 races in the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. As we go back up front, it's still Steven Spies, Jeffrey Kemper now, as Templeton looks to the outside of Schatzer. Schatzer moves down through 1 and 2, looking for a move. Just like that, 12 laps down as we've got 18 to go. Spies continues to lead as we're 13 laps in. Green flag racing here at Federated Auto Parts at I-55 as Kemper now has Spangler down to the inside. Spangler looking to make a move. It'll be the Kemper momentum that drives him back into that 2nd spot on the exit of turn number 4. Ooh, Schatzer, slight contact with Kemper up ahead. Spangler still trying to make that inside line work. 15 laps down, 15 to go. Great racing action here still for this 2nd through 4th position. Spangler trying to make that inside line work, unable to do so yet. Now Schatzer will pull up alongside him as Kemper finally clears that 39. And now it's Schatzer trying to do the same. Front 5 still has that gap back to the 6th place car. That's Andy Piercefield now as Pat Boyce looks to the inside of Jeff Barker. That's a battle for 7th. 19 laps down now as we've got 11 laps to go. And it's still Steven Spies out front. 10 laps to go here at I-55. This battle from second on back continues on. Spangler still down to the inside. Schatzer's now cleared him. Schatzer and Kemper both jump to the inside through 3 and 4. As Templeton will take the outside line. Oh, he gets into the back of Schatzer. Into that turn 1 wall. As Templeton up along that wall will stay green. And he will stop on the exit of turn number 2. And we will stay green flag racing. He'll go into the pit. Steven Spies still leading. Kemper, Schatzer, Spangler, Andy Piercefield now into 5th as he's got Pat Boyce all over the back of him. Andy Piercefield now moving down the track, trying to prevent Pat Boyce from going down to the inside. As we've got 24 laps down. This time by will be 5 laps to go for Steven Spies, looking to finish his championship season with a win. Steven Spies makes his way around Schatzer, trying to hold off. See Andy Piercefield has separated from Pat Boyce and Jeff Barker as Barker appears to have made some contact. Steven Spies continues to lead. Schatzer second. As we've got 3 laps to go. So Steven Spies looking to pick up his 7th win this summer. As we've got 2 laps to go. Brandon Templeton's back in the pits. White flag waves for Steven Spies, and a championship season coming to an end. He'll make his way through 3 and 4 for the final time, and Steven Spies will be your winner here at I-55, your winner and champion. Kurt Schatzer second, Spangler third, Kemper fourth, Andy Piercefield fifth, as that will be your top 5. As Spies will celebrate, and we will talk to your top 3 finishers. As we're joined by our 3rd place finisher, Patrick Spangler. Patrick, you follow up that win with a 3rd place finish here in the late model. All green flag laps here at I-55. Walk us through your night.
Yeah, I was just trying to make the bottom work, and I just couldn't get to work. They were just pulling ahead on the exit of the turn, so I got stuck on the bottom for a little bit, and I was able to focus back in and work at the top, so yeah.
When you're trying to make that inside line come through and it's not, and it's really just follow the leader up top, is that just a move you try to make if you want to make something happen?
Sometimes if I was in the points more, I would have probably just followed around the top. I was trying to make something happen, and hopefully I found something or he got into the wall, but it just wasn't happening tonight.
Was there anything that could have happened there that maybe gave you a shot at Kurt or Steven up ahead?
Might have a shot at Kurt if I could have got around Kemper earlier. I just couldn't get it, and I allowed Kurt to get around the top of me. And Templeton almost got around the top of me. I would have really been in a bad spot, but just happy to get salvage a 3rd out of that.
Well, a great run here tonight for Sunday Night Showdown. Any sponsors you want to thank on this old late model?
Yeah, just you again for the awesome broadcast. Roger running the league. Dude XM Designs for the wrap. Dad and Uncle back home watching. Congrats to Spies on the championship, and hopefully I can have some luck tomorrow.
Well, great run tonight, Patrick. That's Patrick Spangler, your 3rd place finisher here in the late model tonight. And now joining us from Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane, not only your winner for the 7th time this summer season, but also your champion. Steven, walk us through your night here at I-55 first.
I think the biggest thing that happened tonight is I got to give thanks to all those guys that didn't get up for the heat. Went from sixth to second without even the green flag dropping. So that certainly helped put me in the right position to be on that front row there. And it's a lot easier when you're not fighting to pass cars.
So you pick up your 7th victory here this summer. Obviously a good season, a championship season at that. How will you remember this 2023 season looking back on it in the late model?
Oh, I don't know. Obviously real happy to win a bunch. That doesn't happen. I get a decent number of wins here and there. You see me obviously in other leagues where can't get to that victory lane. So, can't sit here and look at this and think that you're at the top whenever there's still a big mountain to climb. There's lots of other guys that just don't happen to be in this league that can make me look pretty foolish and slow. So, always happy to win. It was fun. Glad that we kept a decent car count all year. And hopefully we get to keep doing it here with C2C.
So as the season comes to an end and you've got fall season just around the corner, as you look ahead, what will you take away from this season that hopefully transpires throughout the fall?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's always going to be the same. It's just try to get those good heat race finishes and start up front. I just felt like with the smaller car counts, we didn't have a lot of cars in heats, and so I was able to be up front in heat races and start the features in good position. And that's really what it comes down to. Like I said, if you're not fighting through traffic and trying to make passes, like all of these tracks can be so hard to pass. They get to be one lane. And whenever I've been lucky enough to start on that front row, you just don't have to fight through as much of that. So if we can keep getting good heat race finishes, I think I'll be all right.
Well, Steven, the stage is yours. Who'd you like to thank for this championship season you've had?
Yep, first and foremost, yourself and Andy Extreme eSpeed TV for sponsoring the late models and giving us a place to go every Sunday night and do this. Always thanks to the Gambler teammates. I think Kemper's the one that mainly ran the late models here. He had a good run tonight, which was nice to see. And always, I think we had, if I'm guessing, I'm gonna make a big guess here that of this season, the late models probably had the most flag to flag with no cautions. So great job by everybody that's coming out to race them. It's made it a lot of fun, and love it whenever we get to just race like that and not pace around half the time and equal the number of pace laps and race laps. So that's been a huge thing. And always like to shout out anybody that sticks around and watches these broadcasts. We appreciate you doing it. Thanks to everybody that puts time and effort into the league. It takes a lot of volunteers to make this all happen, and greatly appreciate it.
Well, congratulations, Steven, on the win tonight. And that is your 2023 Summer Extreme eSpeed TV Pro Late Model Champion, Steven Spies. And now joining us, our second place finisher tonight, it's going to be Kurt Schatzer. Kurt, you were part of that battle from second on fifth, really all night long battling. Walk us through that battle and how you ended up with that second place spot.
Yeah, Travis, I mean, that was a pretty intense battle there. We were all pretty much about the same speed there, just pretty well top dominant around the top there. Just had to wait until somebody kind of tried to make a move on the guy in front of them and try to fill the gap there and do what you can to get around them. It was pretty intense there with Spangler and Kemper there. I just got done with the team meeting with Templeton. I feel bad there. I think I came up on him and got him in the wall and gave him damage, but that was right at the time Kemper started trying to change lines and was kind of screwing up his momentum, and I was getting some big runs on him. I was kind of changing my lanes drastically there, and I luckily got by him, got a good, decent finish there, got on the podium, but I feel horrible there, making contact with a teammate there. I would really love to see a caution come out there. I think I might have had something for speeds there. I felt fast all night. So, but all in all, can't complain. It was a second place run there, and congratulate Steven for wrapping the points title up. And yeah.
Well, as you mentioned, you're running there kind of nose to tail. Spangler kept trying to make that inside line work that just wasn't there. When somebody does finally make a move, how do you prepare yourself to be able to react to that and make your move on top of it?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's just reactions and instincts, and just trying not to over push the car and not to slide up on the guy when you're making the move. Yeah, it's just riding by the seat of your pants, and if they make a move, and I don't know, you just got to be there at the right time. Get lucky, I guess.
So you end up here. You came in second in points. You should end up there behind Steven Spies. You grabbed a victory this summer. How will you look back on this late model summer season for 2023?
Up and down. I mean, we got that win there, so that was a pretty well highlighted late model season. I mean, we had a bunch of podium finishes. I think we were pretty strong all season, but we were just missing a little something with that new update, trying to figure out the tire wear game a little bit and the new track, the way the track wears in, and that a lot of tracks kind of flip flopped, and the bottoms seemed to be a lot there, a lot more than it used to be. And my driving style is more of the top dominant racetrack, so I kind of had to start to learn how to work the bottoms a little bit more. So it's kind of been a learning curve this season, but we'll rebuild, move on, and go to the next season.
Well, you come away with a win and what should be a second place finish in here in the point standings. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to for this late model?
Yeah, I got to thank Jay with the Dirt Track Bank and everything they do for racers all around the country and being there and supporting our race team. And I think they've been on there for about 4 seasons now. So I got to thank them and everything they do for our team. Hammer Down Racing with Brandon Templeton, Brian Dickens, and Joe Halter. Got Your Six Racing Network. Roger from Coast to Coast giving us a place to race. Everybody behind the scenes that makes the thing go around. You coming out and doing the broadcast, you do an awesome job. We love watching it back every week. And yeah, everybody watching at home and the wife and kid.
Well, congratulations, Kurt. A good run there. You'll come home second tonight.
Thank you, sir.
And with that, our Extreme E-Speed TV Pro Late Model Series comes to a close here for the summer season. Of course, that also closes out our Sunday night showdown here for this week number 12. Of course, make sure you tune in tomorrow starting at 7:45. You'll have the Langton Mechanical Rebels Division here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I am Travis Pierceville for the Coast to Coast Racing Network and Extreme E-Speed TV. Appreciate you tuning in all summer long, and we look forward to seeing you back at a racetrack here soon.